Hi everyone, I wanted to share a short practice that will highlight the head, neck, upper back, and shoulders. So let's begin in seated. I have a block. I'm going to sit on the block for what we call a hero pose. You can also find a folded blanket or a pillow, whatever will be comfortable underneath the pelvis. So from here, I'm resting the base of the pelvis on the block. So I'm just straddling the block and easing myself down side to side so it feels comfortable. Hands can rest on the thighs. I'm just going to take a bit of time to connect to breath. If it feels comfortable, you can allow the eyes to close, relax the muscles of the face, and just begin to breathe in and out. Noticing the parts of the body that inflate, expand, fill up with breath. And the parts of the body that deflate, sink down into gravity as you release the breath. So easeful breath, shifting in and out. I find it helpful to swallow. Maybe pull the lower jaw away from the upper jaw. And just release any tension in the face. With an over-exaggerated smile or frown, wrinkling up with the nose, the eyes, and the forehead. Exhale and relax. So easy breaths that will carry us through this short practice. We'll begin with hands to head. So right hand to the right side of the head and left hand to the left side of the head. You can allow the fingertips to touch the very crown of the head, and then the palms can rest just above the ears. You can allow the elbows to be forward or out to the side, whatever brings comfort within the upper body and the shoulders. So just take some time with the hands on the head. You can apply pressure on the inhale, just gentle fingertip press along the sides of the head, the base of the palm, and then exhale, soften the pressure. Inhale, gentle pressure through the fingertip pads, the base of the palm. And exhale, release the pressure. Take that one more time. Pressing the hands into the sides of the head, allowing the shoulders and the elbows to open, to soften, and then exhale, release the pressure. The left hand can come to the back of the head, and the right hand to the forehead. And just find the center line of the body by pressing the right hand into the forehead and the left hand into the back of the head. And just try to find release through the shoulders, opening up through the elbows. And breathe with the hands on the head. Just noticing the front side of the body with that inflation. Perhaps your awareness will extend to the sides of the body. Notice how the rib cage can open up. Take in the breath. Maybe into the back of the body as well, opening up through the back of the heart space. And then exhaling and releasing the breath. So breathing in, front, sides, back of the body. Exhale, sinking down into gravity as you release the breath. From here, we'll just switch the hands. So the left hand will come to the forehead, the right hand will come to the back of the head. Again, you can just press the hands into the head, open up through the elbows and the shoulders. Connect with your breath. Breathing in and out. Slowly releasing the hands away from the head. Extend the fingertips out. Maybe open the eyes if they were closed. Just reach through the fingertips, opening up the palms. Easeful breathing here. In and out. Lowering the hands, opening the palms. And then allowing the palms to face the floor. So still keeping the arms extended through the fingertips, opening. And then slowly rotating those wrists, the hands parallel to the floor. So this time we'll open up the palms, reach the fingers up towards the ceiling. Maybe the gaze will follow. Feel that stretch in the whole upper part of the body. And then exhale, we'll just come halfway forward. So just a slight flexion to the spine. The gaze can be down, maybe at the floor, at the edge of your yoga mat. Inhale, we'll reach up again. Gaze can follow. We'll find that edge point where the ceiling and the wall meet. And then exhale, coming halfway. So there's some sturdiness in the lower body to allow an uplift in the upper body. Just moving like this, connecting to breath. The next time we're lifted, we'll take a subtle twist. So reaching up through the fingers, breath in, exhale, just a gentle twist to the right. So focusing the area mostly in the upper back, between the shoulder blades, pressing that breath up and out, through the nostrils or through the mouth. Inhale back through center, and then exhale, take your twist to the left. So just in the upper part of the spine, upper chest, rib cage, breath in and breath out. We'll inhale back through center, reaching the fingers up, following with the gaze if that feels comfortable, and then exhale, just coming halfway down. So gaze is down towards the floor at the edge of your yoga mat, just reaching the fingertips forward, slightly flexing through the spine. Inhale, reach the hands up, and then slowly lowering the arms down alongside the body. From here, you can shrug the shoulders, right shoulder and then the left shoulder, maybe reversing the direction. We'll drop the chin towards the chest. So feel the stretch in the back of the neck. Maybe swallowing a few times, easing into your breath. Hands can rest on the thighs here. Just allow the arms to be alongside the body. Dropping the right ear towards the right shoulder. We'll stretch through the left side of the neck. So maybe one round of breath here. And as you exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. And exhale, chin to chest. One more time on each side. So right ear to right shoulder. Breathe in through the left side of the neck. Exhale, chin to chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Breath in through the right side of the neck. And exhale. Very slowly, just shake your head, yes or no. Releasing any tension in the upper part of the neck and the shoulders, and then we can return the head and neck in neutral position along the spine. From here, we'll extend the arms out again. But this time, we'll bring the left hand to the upper back. So the palm is pressing to the upper back, and my right hand is connecting to the left elbow. So you want to tuck your chin slightly as if you're framing your head and neck. So we want to press the left elbow into the right hand and the right hand into the left elbow. So see if you can breathe into the sides of the body, opening up the spaces in the rib cage. Exhale long and slow. Take this one more time on this side. Pressing into the elbow, pressing into the hand. Exhale long and slow. We'll extend both arms up towards the ceiling, and then we'll just switch the arms. So the right hand, the right palm will press to the upper part of the back, and then the left hand will find the right elbow. So make any adjustments with the head and neck. Just make this comfortable for your body. The left hand will press into the right elbow, and the right elbow will press into the left hand. So we're opening up through the back side of the arm, just finding that lift in the upper part of the body, connecting to breath here. Take one more round of breath. Exhale long and slow. We'll reach both arms up. Maybe the gaze will follow here where the wall meets the ceiling. Just find that reach through the fingertips. And then as we exhale, we'll bring the arms forward, palms facing down towards the mat. And we'll just make an X with the arms. So the right arm will cross over the left. We're making an X with the arms, and then we're bending at the elbows. So from here, we're just going to press the forearms together, or you can find a bind with the left hand hooking onto the right thumb. So these are our eagle arms. You can bring some movement in with some small circles with the elbows, moving from side to side. This is a huge effort within the shoulders, so just creating that X and then pressing the forearms together is enough tension and stretch for my body. So I'm just going to circle here, maybe taking my gaze up, lifting through the elbows and then dropping the elbows down, finding that flexion in the spine, extending, lifting, exhale, flexing, rounding forward. One more time, just coming up. And this time coming back to the center and unraveling the arms. You may want to circle out through the wrists, the shoulders, right shoulder and then left shoulder, changing directions. And then we'll swap that out to the opposite side. At any point, if you need to make adjustments within your seat, feel free. From here, extending the arms, palms face down, and this time the left arm will cross over the right. So just making that letter X with the arms and then bending at the elbows. See if you can press the forearms together and find that center line of the body. If you'd like, you can hook the right hand to the left thumb as well. So just see how it feels in the upper back and the shoulders and the outsides of the arms. And then begin to rotate through the elbows. So find your circles right to left. Just some gentle movement here, up and down. See if you want to find that lift. Breath in, extending the spine, and then exhaling, lowering. So working this a few times. Moving slowly, moving a little bit faster. Just see how it feels in your body. One more lift here. Exhale, we'll lower back to neutral and then unravel the arms. Circling out through the wrists, shoulders, and then we'll move to the lower body. So I have two mats stacked up, and we have a visitor here. This is Lily. She's never too far away when I hit the record button. So I'm just going to try to move her. Excuse me, I know. So hands and knees. Find the mat, maybe the tops of the feet as well. You can curl the toes under and just begin to stretch through the soles of the feet here. I'm just moving with some rock back, so just shifting forward and shifting back, maybe moving to the side, left to right, right to left. Just finding some mobility within the joints, some weight shifting within the joints. So right hand and left hand as I shift from side to side. And see how it feels comfortable with those toes curled under or with the tops of the feet pressing down. So the area of focus is the upper back and the shoulders. We're just going to work through some spinal stretches. So dropping the pelvis down towards the mat, rolling the shoulders back, lifting with your gaze, breathing in through the back of the heart space. And then exhale, we'll rotate the pelvis, tucking under, rounding the spine, chin to chest, and just shift it out from side to side. So pressing the breath out here. And then finding that rotation in the pelvis again, the extension of the spine, breath in, and then exhale. Gentle tuck to the pelvis, rounding of the spine, breath out. Inhale back to neutral table, and from here we'll walk the hands forward beyond the shoulders. Fingertips can reach, or you can lift up through the palms and come up onto tented fingers. There's lots of options here. We're just going to drop the head and neck down through the arms. If the forehead doesn't meet the mat, or you can slide a prop underneath for extra comfort, we're just going to stay here for 3 breaths. So if your forehead is hovering, just gently shake the head and neck, yes or no. Bring some movement in towards the back side of the shoulders, what we call the wings of your heart. So right shoulder and left shoulder. Full breath in. Long breath out, adjusting the hands for your comfort. One more round of breath. Exhale long and slow. We'll slide the hands back towards the shoulders. And within this hands and knees position, we'll move within the low body. So you can bring the right knee to the right elbow. So we'll just try some leg extensions and flexions. Right leg extends, right knee comes in. Just finding this movement to open up through the right leg. You can move at your own pace. Just notice if the breath is flowing through. And hold on any particular part. So you can hold on the extension, just notice how that feels. Notice the parts of the body that make contact with the floor, maybe shifting the weight a bit. Move that right knee back into flexion, and then make some adjustments here with your weight. And then we'll bring the right knee back to the left, switch it out to the other side. Left knee comes in, left leg long, just moving through the low body. Creating some space for the breath. And exploring the movement on the left side. Maybe you hold on the extension, shift the weight around a little bit. Perhaps you flex that left knee in and hold on the flexion. Shifting forward and back. Just moving within the body. And then we'll release. I always like to counter stretch through the wrists. The top of the hand can press down. And we'll curl the fingers in towards the center line of the palm. Just rolling here, forward and back, and stretch through the whole front right forearm. Take that to the other side. Just taking care of the smaller joints of the body. And we'll shift back into hands and knees pose. From here, we will curl the toes under. Just notice the sensation difference as we hinge the hips back. Just feel the weight on the tips of the toes. Maybe we can open up the space between the toes. Perhaps you can find the small toe. And then see if you can realign the shoulders. Again, I'm moving from side to side. I'm going to press my hands into the mat and then press into the tips of the toes and hover my knees. I'm going to find that lift, breath in. Maybe I'll lift my hips a little bit higher, head and neck slide through the arms. I like to step my feet out a little bit wider, to draw little circles with the front of the torso on the mat, so side to side. Pedal press is great. Just walking in place, flexing one leg and extending the other. See if you can tuck the chin towards the chest and just hang your head heavy, shaking your head, yes or no. Just releasing any tension in the upper part of the body. So we're finding this mild inversion, head is below the heart, keeping the breath moving through, finding that gentle walking pace with the legs, stretching through the backs of the legs. We're just going to walk the hands towards the feet here. Hang in a forward fold. Knees can be bent. You can shift the weight from side to side. Walk the hands forward. And then walk the feet towards the hands. So hanging in our forward fold. And just shifting the weight from side to side. Finding all four corners of the feet. So the great toe, the small toe, the inner heel, the outer heel. So moving around onto the feet, finding that connection, feet to mat to floor. And breathing into the back of the heart here, the back of the spine, upper spine, middle spine, and lower spine. Sometimes it's helpful to bring the hands to the low back. Breathing into the hands. Bending the knees as much as is needed. Shifting and swaying from side to side. So we'll come up halfway and press the hands into the low legs. You can bring the hands to a prop. I'm just going to come up halfway and then exhale, fold again. Inhale, we're going to unravel. So pressing into all four corners, all aspects of the feet. We'll unravel the spine, rotating through the shoulders, the head and neck, maybe lifting through the arms. So finding that full extension of the body. And exhale, we'll just come halfway forward, just as we did when we were seated. So just reaching the arms forward, extending through the fingertips, finding strength in the spine, the legs. Inhale. Pressing into the feet, rising up again. Exhale, coming halfway forward. So reaching through the fingertips. I have a chair right in front of me, so as if I'm trying to pull the chair towards me. Inhale, finding that lift. And exhale one more time. Having my knees bent as much as is needed for comfort in my legs. Exhale completely. Inhale, we'll rise up. And then lower the arms, shaking out through the ankles this time, right ankle and then left. We'll come to standing, open up through the upper body. Again, the focus through the upper back and the shoulders. But as we stand, it's really important to find that grounded quality through the legs. Okay, so from here, just rocking forward and back, maybe lifting up the toes, as you lean into the heels, keeping your gaze down, hands can be on hips here, and then rocking forward onto the toes, maybe the heels will lift. And you rock out to the sides and lift up through the great toes and the inner aspect of the heels. And then counter that by lifting up the small toe and the outside aspect of the heels. So just connecting in with all points of the feet to really ground down. We'll inhale, opening up the palms, extending the fingers up towards the ceiling. Maybe the gaze will follow. And then exhale halfway. So palms face the floor, rotating through the wrists, extending through the fingers, reaching up again. Gaze can follow here or where the wall meets the ceiling, however it feels comfortable in the head and neck. Exhale, arms come down. Finding that halfway point, palms face the floor. Rotating and reaching. Find your inhale here. And then we'll move front to back. So the right arm is going to come forward. The left arm is going to extend behind, and I'm bending my right knee. So the gaze can follow through that left hand beyond the left shoulder. So we press the breath out here. Inhale, coming back through center, reaching the arms up. And then this time we exhale, left arm forward, right arm back, and I'm flexing my left knee. So just creating a little bit more mobility through the pelvis and the low legs for stability as well. Inhale, center. Then you can move at your own pace here. Right arm forward, left arm back, finding the flexion in the right knee. Inhale, center, left arm forward, right arm back, flexing through that left knee. So just taking a little bit of time, moving from side to side. Finding your own pace, connecting to your breath. One more time on each side. And we'll meet back in the middle. Inhale, exhale halfway, so reaching with the fingers. Pressing the breath out completely, and then inhale, coming back up, and then lowering the arms. So when we were seated, we moved through eagle arms in the upper part of the body. So let's explore eagle legs, and then we'll bring it all together with a standing pose for strength and for balance. I have a chair here, which is great for support. I'm going to use that. I also have a wall. So find what is needed if you haven't stood on one leg in a while. So we're going to stand on the left leg. So just rocking forward and back, finding all of those points of the left foot that will make the grounding action happen. So you can uplift through the right heel. Just pop up through that right foot, circle out through the ankle. Just begin to open here by lifting the knee and then lowering, tapping down with the great toe. So the idea with eagle legs is we're just going to cross the right leg over the left and find that middle place where we can hug in through center. So finding your lifting and your lowering. And when I'm lifted, I'm just going to wrap that right leg around the left. So if you can see me from the side, it's as if I'm just crossing my legs, maybe taking a seat here as well. And to remain slightly lifted. So that's the action. And it's also great to just cross the ankles. So you have the right great toes touching down if you're working with balance, and you can slide up and down. Notice where you're at. So find the place in your body where it feels good and hug in. I like to bend through my left knee, rock it forward and back. So that's eagle legs. And we'll work it on the other side, and then we'll put the whole thing together. So releasing through that right side, pressing down through all four corners of the right foot this time. So you can unpeel the left heel, maybe pop up that left foot, circle out through the ankle. And there's just this action of lifting and lowering, touching down through that left great toe, moving through the hip and the knee. Stay lifted here. I'm just going to wrap that left leg around the right. So we're just finding that center line of our bodies, working through a bend in the right knee that feels comfortable. And then also just touching down with the left great toes. We're working with balance. All beautiful places. Open up through the right side and the left side of the body. Again, working with strength and balance here. And we'll release that side. So we'll switch it out again. Left side will be the standing leg, and this time we'll add the arms. So unpeeling the right heel as we find stability through the left leg. Just lifting up through the knee, opening through the hip, and then crossing that right leg over towards the left side. I have a wall behind me. It's also nice to know that you have the prop here. If you want to add the arms, we're going to extend the arms, and then again, make the X with the arms. So our standing leg is the left leg. So the left arm will cross over the right. So we're making that letter X. And then bending through the elbows, perhaps just pressing the forearms together, or you can hook that right hand to the left thumb. So there's this action of hugging in through center. I have a wall behind me, so I can lean right into the wall for support. Otherwise, my balance, I'm going to just touch down with my right great toes. And then I can bring movement in the arms as well. So we can lift and lower, coming into our expression of eagle pose. Maybe even coming forward halfway as we did earlier in seated and standing. Inhale, finding that lift. Exhale, coming down halfway. Just noticing sensation, noticing the breath moving in and out of the body, and unraveling the arms and the legs, circling out through the wrists and the ankles. We'll take it to the other side. So standing leg will be the right leg this time. Work through any supports that are needed. Unpeel the left heel. Pop up that left foot. Opening up through the hip and the knee. And we're just crossing over. Crossing that left leg over the right. So our standing leg is the right leg. Lean into any prop on the left side or a wall. I'm leaning into the wall here so I can release my right arm, and my right arm will be on top. So just making that letter X, folding at the elbows, pressing the forearms together, hooking onto that right thumb pad to make the bind. Lowering my left toes just so I can work on my balance. So finding that middle area of the body. So hugging the arms together, hugging the legs together. Perhaps we can lift and lower. Just working it. Coordinating movement, breath. And just exploring pose from different sides, different viewpoints. And unraveling when you're ready. Arms and legs. Circling it out through the wrists and the ankles here. I'm going to move my chair just so I have a little more space. We'll meet at the front of the mat. Inhale, coming up. Reaching the fingers up towards the ceiling. Exhale, coming halfway down. Just reaching through the fingertips as we did earlier. One more lift. And then inhale and exhale, we will lower. Shifting and swaying from side to side, chin to chest. Very slowly, we'll walk the feet back, away from the hands, coming back into our downward dog, that mild inversion where the head and neck slide through the arms. You can bring some release by shaking the head, yes or no. Gently pedal pressing the feet, coming into flexion and extension. From here, we'll come down into 8-point pose, which just means 2 toes, 2 knees, 2 hands, upper chest and chin to the mat. We're going to lower down, so tops of the feet will soften, and we'll lower down belly to mat. Hands resting on the forearms or on the head. And just begin to breathe into the back of the body with the belly connected to the mat and the floor. Take a few rounds here and just notice the difference, how it feels to breathe in the body as we shift and move the body, different positions. Taking a couple rounds of breath here. Find the points of the body that inflate and expand, fill up with breath. And exhale long and slow. From here, we'll tuck the chin and bring the forehead to the mat. Bring the hands beyond the shoulders, but remaining to the side of the body. You can press the whole palm down if that feels comfortable. Just notice how it feels on the elbows and the shoulders. I like to lift up through the wrists and press into the fingertip pads. And from here, I'm just going to inhale and lift my gaze. So my gaze is just beyond the edge of the yoga mat, and then I'm exhaling and lowering. So just finding this lift through the upper part of the spine that feels comfortable. So lifting, inhaling, exhale and lowering. Maybe the next time you're lifted, see if you can move a little bit through the shoulders and the elbows, shifting around from side to side. Find your exhale while lifted. We'll take one more round of breath, staying lifted. And exhale, finding that lowering quality through the head and neck. Keeping the hands engaged. Finding that lift through the wrists if you haven't done so already. And then lower the palms. So the elbows are still out to the side. The hands are still pressing down. From here, we're just going to lift the base of the palms. So we're pressing into the first and second knuckles of the fingers. I find that my thumbs sort of hover a little bit, and then we're lowering. So just lifting and lowering. So palm raising and palm lowering. Strengthening through the upper part of the back, just noticing the muscles that are engaging to make this action happen. The muscles within the forearms. The hinging in the shoulders and the elbows. Take one more round and then we'll release the arms. So soften the elbows. Release the weight of the body down. Still belly is connected to the mat. Take a few easy breaths. And then I'm bringing my hands close to my shoulders, curling my toes under so I have some engagement and I can actively press up and hinge it back into child pose. I'm walking my knees forward and settling my hips down. I can fold a blanket between the backs of the thighs and the heels. I think I have one here, so that might feel really nice. Just make some connection with your seat. And I have a block here. Always nice to release through the forearms and bring your head to a prop. And again, just bringing your awareness to the back of the heart. Drawing the breath into the upper part of the spine, middle spine, and the low back area. Breathing in and out. So you can end your practice here, cooling pose, staying as long as you like. Some of you may want to release from this forward bend and relax your spine to mat and take a couple extra moments to rest, perhaps draw the knees in, just sway it out from side to side. If you have any extra time, longer held rest is always a nice gift in the middle of the day. So thank you all for practicing and focusing on those areas of upper back, shoulders, head and neck. I hope you feel more relaxed, and we'll see you soon.